morning, Grandpa Walt. 7:30 in the morning. It is now September. Welcome back to Farm Sim 25, y'all. I am Kimbro Plays. Our boy Dalton, our dog that we got last episode. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and feed him. Make sure Dalton's got food for the day. It is September 1st, and what's up, pup? We have got some work to do. Thank you guys so much for the love and support on this series. September 1st, we have 3 fields that have been worked on that need to be planted. So that is our big task for today. And as we go through here on the crop calendar, it is September, and this green line means we can plant wheat or barley. So I've been thinking a little bit about it. I've been checking the price. Barley, it looks like peaks out at $1,100. If we scroll down here to wheat, it looks like at its top price, we can get $1,200 in January. So I'm leaning towards planting wheat over barley. We have canola in the ground, which is actually a pretty good price, $2,100. We could do more canola. I just kind of wanted to do something a little different for our first, official plant of the year. But then as we work on these fields, I also think we are going to dive into some contracts. We've got, check this one out in here. Where did I see it? We got $16,000 to harvest for David. Looks like that would be green beans. I've never harvested green beans before. That's an option. We have cultivating for Katie and for Grandpa Walt, which wouldn't be too bad. We have that equipment. There's some bale wrapping. There's just a lot of options. So some fertilizing, which we have the equipment to do. We will definitely take a look at the contracts later on as we get stuff up and rolling. But first, we have to plant some wheat. Since we already have one of our tractors hooked up to our cultivator, I'm actually going to hop in here and we are going to get the day started no time like the present, doing a little cultivating work. We actually might want a bigger tractor than the one we have. The fee for leasing is not that expensive, only $400. You know what? Just to give us a chance to see some different equipment, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to take Katie's and Walter's, but we're going to borrow this John Deere tractor and then we're going to accept this one for Walter. So we've got 2 new contracts for cultivating. And before we get to planting, let me get those guys set up and ready to go. Look at this thing, the John Deere 410 with the tracks. That's actually pretty sick. I don't know if and when we are ever going to be able to afford one of those bad boys. I would like to think that we will. You just never know. We are hustling, trying to make as much money as we can. I showed this off last episode. Really cool feature that I'm really, really happy about in this game. So if you go in here, I guess it's create job. I think you can do it from a couple different menus, but if you click on the vehicle you're in, you can hit set destination, and then you can find where you would like this to go. Ironically, this is the field we worked on last episode with the baling. And then sometimes you'll get this message. It says target is unreachable. So sometimes I just hit the back button and I try it again and I pick like a different location that's like a little less wonky and it seems to take that. So I believe this person is just, there's somebody hopped in. They're going to drive this tractor setup. We're going to get cultivating over there on field 31 and then we can theoretically use the same equipment for field 85. So jumping back in to our POV here at the farm, we're going to take the Challenger, hook it up to the planter, take out our barn in the process. I told you the steering's a little weird. I mentioned this last episode. I don't know if you guys know this, but I've never played Farm Sim on mouse and keyboard. I don't really think it's this way on controller, but like these big old wheels, they do not snap back into place. You have to physically turn them in a different direction if you want them to go in a different direction. And I think it's just a little bit of a learning curve for me on the steering because I'm used to playing with a joystick and everything just kind of snaps back into position. So I think that's partially why I keep having some steering issues, but we will figure it out, not to fret. We have our planter set up. It is currently set to canola. Grandpa Walt taught us how to do this. It looks like we change seed with Y. There's oilseed radish, grass, peas, spinach. We want some wheat. We have 1,000 liters in here. Might have to run to the store and grab some more. I don't think we have any more seeds here on the farm, but let's go ahead and get this field set up on a worker and let's plant some wheat. Shall we? Okay, hold down H. I don't think we need that many headlands. Maybe we do. Yeah, it won't let us do less than that, so I guess we do have to do that. Work the headlands, auto working with. Okay, let's do it. H, get the worker set up, and yeah, it looks like they're gonna start this process. So cool. Honestly, it makes me feel like we should get a ton, like a fleet of vehicles. I don't know if there's a limit on how many workers you can have. If you know that answer, let me know down in the comments. But I think it would be super fun to have a couple different tractors all working the land, you know, sort of all at the same time. I think that would be really cool. Just have a group of folks. Like we could have multiple people planting right now, for example. That kind of thing would be cool. And actually, let me hop out. Uh-oh. I blocked what they were doing. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Don't run me over. Don't run me over. Okay, so this is the field we need to plant next. It has been fertilized by us last episode. And then as you can see over here, we do have a little something, something happening over here. We've got some canola. 50% fertilized. Yield bonus of plus 75%, plus 72% in some areas. That's actually pretty solid. We're doing some things out here on the farm. I don't know, can you get the fertilization number up above 50%? I think that would be cool if we could get it to 100% or the yield bonus even higher. I'm not sure if that's something we can do. Maybe it'll show us here in the menus. It's kind of hard to tell. Here's weeds. If we remove the weeds. Okay, so yeah, I mean, our fields have been fertilized. I don't know if there's more that we need to do. Like, I don't know. That part, I don't know. If you know in the comments, if you know if, like, is this the correct amount of fertilization? Should I be doing more? Should I be doing less? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Okay, we're planting over there. Let's go check in on the other vehicle. I'll get that one set up, and we'll get some cultivating going. Busy, busy September as we are rolling. Check this thing out. We are on field 31, and the rented tractor and rented cultivator are getting going on an AI worker, but I haven't seen this thing open up and get used before, so just kind of admiring it and taking a look. That would be sick. This whole setup would be so dope to have at our field. Maybe someday. Maybe someday, but we got the AI worker getting ready to get started on field 31. Yeah, we'll just keep checking in on everything. I'll let you guys know when we have an update. Last little pass here, planting the first field of the day. I think it's technically field 5 for us, but field number 1 on the day, not too bad. Took about an hour and a half in game time. We're also running at plus ×5 speed, so I bumped that up, so we'll get through these days a little bit more. We also, if you remember from episode 1, we added an extra day to every month. We'll see if we need to stay at that or if we can get everything we need to done in one day. I just felt like to give us enough time to run errands and do a bunch of stuff, it would make a lot of sense to do 2 days. So we're going to get this AI worker set up on this second field. We'll check in, as you see in the top right. We're still working on field 31 and 85. We also added a second cultivating contract for Katie in field 45, in part because it is so close. If you can see here, we're working field 31. We added field 45. They're right next door. So when we get done here on 31, we'll just hop on over to 45, bang that out as well. And then I'm not sure if I showed you guys yet in the video. I drove I had our little tractor drive out to field 85 and start working. And this is a massive field. And it looks like we've barely made a dent. I think we're finishing the second headland, maybe the third. But like, this is not the right tool or tractor for this field. But hey, we're chipping away at it, and you know, I had nothing else to do with this tractor for the day, so you might as well get to work. This is seriously one of the coolest machines. Man, oh man, look, we've got monitors everywhere, TVs everywhere, everything's digital. I'm not gonna lie, like, doing contracts and leasing equipment might be the vibe for me for a while, just because I'm so awestruck by the types of vehicles you can get in this game. This is a John Deere 410 8RT, and check this out. I actually found it in the menus. It's under the large tractor category, the 8RT series, and this is actually, it's $405,000, and that's not even without engine upgrades. To get the 410 model, you drop in a cool 460. That is insane. We have $40,000 in the bank. We will never be able to afford this tractor. It's just so sick. It is so sick. 458 horsepower. Unreal. And here we are, just casually driving it as we wrap up this field. Yeah, pretty cool. Wanted to show you guys that. Really, really close to being done here on Field 31. We will buzz over to Field 45. Things are looking good. 10 a.m. on September 1st. We're vibing right along. All right, well, apparently we are done, even though we've got that last little bit left. They said this is good enough. So, done with the first cultivating contract of the day. Let's head on over to Field 45. I'm sure they'll figure somebody out to do that for them. Let's go ahead and fold up our big old piece down here and keep it rolling. The inside of our Challenger, not as nice as the John Deere, but hey, she's getting it done. We still have air conditioning and an aftermarket radio up there with a USB port, Bluetooth. You know, we're doing our thing. And we are also done with this field. So, field number 2, fully planted, doing well. So, we are moving right along. Our field work for the day is going swimmingly. And, yeah, just one more, the biggest field of all, to knock out. And we'll keep working on these contracts. You see in the top right corner, our AI workers are chugging away, trying to knock out the cultivating contracts. But yeah, let me get set up here on the last field of the day, field 2, and we will see where we are at from there. Got to be close to the last pass here, 99% done. Cultivating field 45. It has been very fun to utilize this device. Man, what a cool tractor. 85% done on field 85. I'll show you on the map. I don't know that it's close enough. I mean, we are all the way up here in field 45. Field 85 is all the way down here, and there is no bridge immediately across. So I'm not sure. I think we might just let our worker finish off that field, which means it is time to turn in this tractor. Unless another field has popped up since we've been doing this. There's some fertilizing fields. There's some bale wrapping, some harvesting, but a bunch of stuff that I don't think I want to do, like green beans. Like, that is a cool machine, but I think that the working with of those is going to make that job take forever. There's some mowing, which I'd be interested in, actually, but we'll worry about that later. Plowing, spraying. I don't have a sprayer. Yeah, so I think we're going to turn these couple in. We'll say goodbye to the John Deere one final time. You beautiful, beautiful beast. All right. That is going to be about 10 grand collective, or, what am I trying to say? Cumulatively between those two contracts, and we have another 6 coming from Grandpa Walt down at Field 85. Beautiful. Let's check in. Here is how our planting progress is going on Field 2. Not 100% sure why the AI worker's making, like, this weird section, but hey, keep on going. You do your thing, and then here we are on Field 85. That cultivator taking on this entire huge field with all these weeds in it. That's so funny to me. Just absolutely hilarious. But so yeah, so we're gonna wrap up these 2 fields, and then if I do a contract, I'll let you know. Otherwise, that'll be close to the end of the episode for September, as all of our fields will have been planted, and we'll have brought in a few $1,000s of contract work. Not bad for the first day in the month. And yeah, it's almost noon. It'll be lunchtime here very shortly. I did decide to do one more job after all, and it is actually going to be bale wrapping. Someone has come in and done all the bales for us already, which is nice, and we just get to come through with this crazy looking contraption, and I think we are going to just wrap these bales. If I understand what we're supposed to do, I think we're going to drive alongside this, and is it just going to scoop it up? Sure does. Check that thing out. Holy. That is actually sick. And then what happens? I mean, it's just wrapping and wrapping. It cuts off and it automatically drops it. That is cool. That is very, very cool. So, as you can see, we have a handful of these bad boys to do. We picked up this field and field 12, which is just around the corner. So, I think we might turn this into a time lapse to end the episode as well. So I will be with you guys here very shortly, whether that's a time lapse or when I'm all done. But yeah, this is a fun little contract to add to the whole thing. This has been quite a tedious task, but pretty fun. Look at all those marshmallows in the field. I actually really like that. I think that is weirdly fun. So yeah, we are just wrapping up with the final bale getting wrapped here on field 84. Pretty fun for $6 grand. I don't know if I would do it sort of like as my full-time job, but I definitely think it's pretty fun. And yeah, I think this is the last one to be wrapped. We'll buzz over to field 12. But before we do that, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, we're close. I don't know why. I'm not sure why our AI worker skipped a field. I must have had a setting wrong. So we will finish up that probably on our own as well. But yeah. So you guys get the gist. That's pretty much what we're going to do for the rest of September. This is a good place to leave the episode. I'm going to finish up planting this field for them. I'll do this last wrapping. And then they said this is good. Job well done over here on this field. So, hey, if that's cool with them, that's cool with me. We will save the gas in the tank of our other tractor. And yeah, man, that's it. That's the end of this episode. I appreciate you guys checking in, hanging out with me. This was pretty fun to use. Busy day here on the farm. We got 3 fields planted. We did some contract work. We're up to what will be over 50 grand here just shortly for the second half of September. We'll find out if there's more mods, if there's any deals in the vehicle shop. See if we can get ourselves some new equipment. We'll just have to see. That'll be for the next episode. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Kimbro Plays. Peace.